I'll do it. Mike goes. There's a picture of me in my mammoth phase.
He's holding off for fear of public rejection. That's what he tells the French news agency AFP. The guy's name is Xiao Chun-Su, and he's the chief executive of a company called Boy Alive Group. While human cloning is on hold, he tells the AFP he still plans to produce 1 million cloned cows, as well as thoroughbred horses and police dogs, which specialize in searching and sniffing. The AFP further reports the scientist is working closely with another company out of South Korea. That group is trying to bring back the woolly mammoth for reals. They also claim they can recreate your own dead pet dog for the measly price of $100,000.
Worth every penny.
I'm sure it would be, depending upon the dog. Chewy, not so much. Snowball, absolutely. Hundreds of scientists and bioethicists are gathering in Washington to debate a controversial issue, editing human DNA. The debate at the International Summit on Human Gene Editing. At issue are the tools scientists use to edit genes inside living cells. Researchers say it's become a lot easier for them to find specific sections of DNA, slice them out, and either repair or replace them, kind of like Obamacare. Yeah. Think of it like the biological version of using cut and paste on your computer. Advocates say the ultimate goal is to prevent parents from passing diseases onto their children. But critics argue such research could lead to so-called designer babies. And some scientists are calling for a global ban on altering genes, warning the technology could have an irreversible impact on humanity. And because we just don't know what the consequences will be down the road. An animation so nice, we played it twice. Kennedy is here. She's host of Kennedy, 8 o'clock Eastern on the Fox Business Network.
Yes.
Editing genes.
It's very interesting. So remember how hard it used to be to record an album? And now essentially you can do that on a laptop computer. Same with iMovie. I mean, that's what this technology is, this CRISPR technology. It allows you to cut bad parts out of genes and replace them with good ones. And that's great for diseases, liver disease, lung disease, and various other infirmities that can be passed on from generation to generation. For example, if you have the BRCA gene, if you have breast cancer and you know that you're going to pass along to potential daughters and they would have a 50% chance at least of contracting breast cancer, you at some point would think about this technology if it were available. And that's the kind of thing that scientists want to do. What they don't want to do is use it to create super traits in babies, so you can design for a baby that has blue eyes or a certain height or a level of intelligence. Because then rich people have these superhumans and the rest of us slovenly peasants die at an early age while they live to be 1,000.
Doesn't this sound perfectly right? I mean, we get designer genes, why not designer babies? Come on.
Well, at some point we really just have to fix the big problems that we pass on. But there's a big difference between taking some sort of gene therapy for yourself and fixing your bad liver and fussing with these germline cells, which are what the gametes produce. So those are sperm and egg cells, embryonic cells, and that's what they're doing in China. They're experimenting on non-viable embryos, and a lot of people in this country think that that could be a very slippery slope. So what these bioethicists, scientists, researchers, and philosophers are doing is getting together as a group. Instead of government hysteria imposing restrictions on them, they are using this conference to try and figure out what the next steps are in moving forward, because the technology is here. The question is, will they be able to restrain themselves enough when it hits the free market? And if they make it illegal, will that create a black market where people will travel in this birth tourism to give birth to super babies?
Of course it would. Yeah. And what you're saying is, for now, let's let the scientists handle this, not the politicians. The politicians don't know anything about anything.
No.
It's perfectly clear.
The ethicists, the philosophers of science, they're the ones who have to tackle these big questions. And yes, Marco Rubio, there is still place on the planet of Earth for philosophy.
Wow, listen to you.
Well,
getting all personal in business. We'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 in Oxford.
That's absolutely right. Where they are celebrating.
We're still celebrating. Yeah, I'm still celebrating LSU. I don't really care about Bully. You're supposed to beat Bully. The win over LSU was fantastical. Bully, whatever.
Bama.
They'll always be there, but we won't really have to think about them.
No, you won't.
We'll be right back.
God bless America.
At Ally Bank, no brand